Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome to another special here in SWE. Today is all about Carnage and it is the Gold Rush tournament to become the first ever Carnage Xtreme Champion. Now the idea of the Xtreme Championship is it's very much like the X Division Championship. It's all about no limits, not weight limits. So it's going to be almost about the style of that high flying and very athletic style, but not necessarily being fixed at any specific weight limit. But today we've got 8 men for you fighting this one out. We've got Drago and Pentagon in the first match, Sabu and Killshot in the second, Phoenix and Psychosis in the third, and then Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn in our fourth match. We'll do the whole tournament this evening. Another thing to tell you is we do have damage retention on, so basically any damage suffered in the first matches will travel into the second, which means that basically the cleaner you win in the first match, the more likely you are to have an easier match in the second match. But there you go. Without further ado, let's get straight into our first match then, Drago versus Pentagon Jr. And here we go then. We're in Reno, is that... I thought, is Reno Nevada or is Reno New Vegas? I've got a feeling it's Nevada. Is Nevada actually... Yeah, Nevada's a state, isn't it? Because it's Las Vegas is Nevada. I have no idea, to be honest. I'm sure there's a few American fans out there that can tell me either way. So we're starting things off then with Drago versus Pentagon. Drago has had a match so far in Carnage, was on the losing side to Phoenix. But Phoenix has been awesome so far. I would not be surprised if Phoenix won this. For me, Phoenix is my early favourite to win this one. It's a bit of fun for you. Before you get too far in the video, drop down to the comment section below and type in who you think is going to win this tournament. I'm going to go for Phoenix. I just feel like he's the form he started this universe mode in, with wins over Drago, and then also a win over Matanza Cueto. 2 wins over Matanza Cueto if you include Halloween Havoc as well. So he has really been in awesome form so far. But of course then here is his brother, Penta El Zero Miedo, or Pentagon Jr. to you and me. Of course he had to change his name because of leaving the, AAA. And as you can see there by his shirt, it says Lucha Brothers. You've got Phoenix on the left, Pentagon on the right, and I believe they were holding the PWG Championships there, PWG Tag Team Championships. It's 2 really amazing wrestlers. I've not watched the PWG in a long time. I need to get myself some new DVDs in, but every single thing that PWG do is just gold, isn't it? Really is gold. And like I said, then damage retention is on for this one. So essentially, you want to try and get through this first match as unscathed as possible. The more damage you take, the more difficult it's going to be. So the idea is to try and win it very quickly, very easily, and that will mean that in the second round you should take an advantage over your opponent. For example, if this match goes the distance and both guys hit their finish on each other, then it could mean that they're in serious danger for the second match. And that means, although we will have 7 matches this evening, the first round will probably be slower, but the second round should be quicker, and the final could be very, very quick depending on how much damage the 2 guys have taken. So here we go then, Drago versus Pentagon Jr. in the opening match of our Xtreme Championship Gold Rush tournament here for Carnage, and a big flapjack there by Pentagon as well. And we do actually have an episode of Carnage for you tomorrow as well. Got a lot of Carnage on for you these days. Yes, it's Carnage tomorrow, then a random match on Monday, and then it's Throwdowns pay-per-view on Tuesday. Got a lot of action coming up for you the next few weeks, haven't we? Tons and tons and tons of SWE. That's raked to the eyes there by Pentagon. Now into a German suplex. Pentagon now bringing Drago back up to his feet. Springs off the ropes, and Drago fighting back with the elbow in the head of Pentagon. Pentagon now slapping, punching, striking, whatever he can get on Drago. He knows that Drago's going to be a difficult opponent. And these 2 guys know each other very, very well, of course, as well, from their times in Lucha Underground and in AAA. I quite like both these scores. I don't think they're both perfect, but I do like them both. Nice double foot stomp there by Pentagon. Not sure how much he got there. Didn't look like he really hit it as clean as he wanted to. Drago sending Pentagon face first into the mat now, going in for a quick pin. Not quite sure it's going to be enough. It's only a 1 count. Pentagon slowly back up to his feet. Drago continuing the assault, but Pentagon caught him out there. Into the far corner. I'm really looking forward to some more Carnage this year. We're going to have some really awesome stuff on here. The mixture of the dark side of WWE mixed in with Lucha Underground and ECW, also mixed in with with Combat Zone Wrestling as well. It really is, in my opinion, one of my favourite brands because it has got a much different feel than the others. Now, we have got some of the, of course, the other Lucha Underground guys are on different brands. They've got Aerostar over on Adrenaline and so forth. But with Phoenix, Drago and Pentagon being on this brand, it's very much the core, isn't it? And there is other cruiserweights as well. So I got scared there. Someone set up another firework. It's been a week after firework night. I'm still getting thrown by these fireworks. Yeah, we got Psychosis is on. Well, Psychosis with the tournament. Super Crazy's on this brand. Tajiri's on this brand. Hayabusa's on this brand as well. Those three guys. Well, I won't say they're overlooked for the tournament, but we only could get 8 people in. These were the 8 that I really thought that should go for this championship, and it's an interesting belt because a lot of these people could go for other belts, and it's going to be very much on Carnage as well. I want the championships to be very, very strong, every single one. So you've got the... Oh, there's the green mist there by Drago on Pentagon. Yeah, you've got the Xtreme Championship, which likes of all these guys can go for, of course, are in this tournament. That's why they're in the tournament. All these guys as well could go for the Wired Championship, but there's no reason, especially after the appearances and wins that Phoenix has had, there's no reason why Phoenix couldn't go for the Carnage Championship at some point. I think Phoenix versus Braun Strowman could be a very interesting concept. David versus Goliath style. Pentagon taking Drago up, waiting for the powerbomb, but Drago reversed it into an X Factor, now dropping a boot in the head of Pentagon. Drago now a knee right in the face of Pentagon as well. Drago stamping on the chest of Pentagon and pulling the arms back as well, which actually tenses the chest a little bit, which makes it more painful. If you ever get punched in like a tense muscle, it's more difficult because you're making that muscle more solid and there's more of an impact. Whereas if the muscle is soft, it sort of cushions some of the blow. But this is not the sort of match that both these guys would have wanted because, as you can see, it's very hard fought. Both guys have taken quite a bit of damage so far, and they know the winner of this one will go on to face off against the winner of Killshot and Sabu. So it's going to be a difficult match. Nice uppercut there by Pentagon. Now a massive clothesline flattening Drago. Pentagon bringing Drago back up to his feet. Hooking him in for that package brainbuster. And Pentagon not finished yet. They're stamping on the back of the arm of Drago. Pentagon bringing Drago back up to his feet. And how interesting would it be as well if we saw Pentagon versus Phoenix here this evening? The two brothers, the two tag team partners, if they faced up against each other. And if they did, the earliest it would be the final. So Pentagon versus Phoenix can't meet each other anywhere else than the final. Nice big elbows here by Drago right in the chest of Pentagon. And boot in the arm as well. Now Drago go for a bit of a gator roll here on on Pentagon, should I say. A boot in the gut as well. Drago bringing Pentagon back up. Pentagon now arm breaker on Drago. Ducking the clothesline, but Drago catches him with a second attempt at a clothesline. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, only one count. Wow. Pentagon showing it's going to take a bit more than that to keep him down today. Drago now taking Pentagon up into a powerbomb, stacks him up, looking for the pin. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2, but now Drago rolls it across into the Boston Crab. Is this going to be enough? Is Pentagon going to tap out this Boston Crab? No, he hooks the leg and is able to escape from it. And Pentagon dropping to the outside. Clever maneuver, knows that he can't get pinned on the outside, and it gives him a few seconds to slowly get back up to his feet. Drago spinning neckbreaker on Pentagon. Drago now just twisting the head of Pentagon. Really wrenching at it. Really wrenching at it. Stamping on the arm of Pentagon now as well. And again, stamping on that arm. And remember, if this is a double count out, I believe that they will both be eliminated. Which would be great for the winner of Sabu and Killshot, because they'll go straight into the final. But of course, they're both back in the ring now anyway. Drago bringing Pentagon back up, and there's the green mist right in the face. But again, just like earlier in the match, Pentagon was ready for it. Not Pentagon just ducked in front of Drago, and Drago tried to catch him out, but Pentagon catches him with that clothesline, and Pentagon just taking a second here to think about his next maneuver. He brings Drago back up. Drago now sent into the corner. But Drago catching Pentagon out. Drago spinning neckbreaker on Pentagon. And now locking an ankle lock as well. And this is not the situation you want, even if you don't tap out here. You are going to end up possibly taking damage and injuries into the next match. Pentagon once again fighting free. And what a match this has been. Both these guys determined to get themselves in this second round of these semi-finals of this tournament. Drago catching Pentagon with the right hand. Pentagon fighting back with forearm. Pentagon now up on his shoulders. Nice, that sit-out scoop slam. Hook in the leg. 1, 2, and no, it's not enough. Drago slowly back up to his feet, but Pentagon's there waiting for him. Locks him in, looking for that cop killer. And hits the cop killer as well. Wow, there's not much more Drago can take here, surely. As Pentagon stalking him. Super kick, no, Drago ducked it. Drago now taking Pentagon down again. Looking for that submission and wrenching back of that arm. Wow. I think at this point in time, both Sabu and Killshot are backstage and thinking, wow, they're a bit lucky here because both these guys are taking so much out of each other. There's the pin from Drago. 1, 2, and no, Pentagon again kicks out. Drago not happy. He thought he had the 3 there. Referee saying no. A big kick in the back of Pentagon by Drago. Drago now bringing Pentagon back up to his feet and into a crucifix bomb as well. And Pentagon looks down and out now. There's the pin by Drago. 1, 2, and no, again, it's only a 2. I think that's a bit iffy there because in my opinion, I thought the referee's hand hit the mat free before Pentagon lifted his shoulder, but the referee said it was only a 2. Drago now just trying to slow the pace of the match down, trying to get a bit of relief, but Pentagon's back up to his feet now, taking Drago up on his shoulders. We saw this earlier on, look for that gutbuster again, but no. Drago reverses into the impacted DDT. And the referee stopping this when he wants to check on Pentagon. His referee really knowing that both these guys taking so much damage. The referee was thinking about United to stop the match, but Pentagon saying no. Pentagon wants to continue on. Pentagon knows that the championship at the end of this is going to be worth it. But he could be on a loser here. Drago looking very, very good. And remember, even if Pentagon does win, the amount of damage he's taken so far in this first match will be easy pickings for the likes of Sabu or Killshot in the second round. Forearm there by Pentagon. On Drago, Pentagon taking Drago up once again. Look at that cop killer once again, hits it. I was about to say, how's Pentagon not gone for a package power driver yet, but it looks like that might be what's next up in his mind. Hook in the arms. There's that package power driver, and surely now that is going to be enough for the free count. There's the pin. 1, 2, and oh my god, Drago kicked out. Oh my god. How on earth has Drago just kicked out of that? That is freaking crazy. Double axe hammer right in the face there by Pentagon from the middle rope. And a kick in the spine of Drago now as well. What a start this is to our Xtreme Championship Tournament. Arm breaker by Drago. Now getting around the back of Pentagon. In with a shin breaker. Drago now bringing Pentagon back up. There's that drop kick. Stamping on the back of the head. And I don't know what's going to take to keep one of these two guys down. But like I said, the damage these two guys have taken, I can't see either of them lasting 2 minutes in the second round. Bloody fireworks. Boot in the leg there by Drago, who needs to take advantage of Pentagon while he's got him in this situation. Drago, big boot inside the leg of Pentagon again, and the damage could be done here. Going for that kick again, but Pentagon forcing it away. Pentagon. Oh, well, I don't know what Pentagon was going for there. It looked like he was going to go for a wheelbarrow bulldog, but Drago caught him. Drago now springboard leg drop. In for the pin. Is it suddenly going to be enough? 1, 2. Still not enough. This match has been going a good 15 minutes now. I was not expecting this length of match in the first round. Pentagon slowly trying to get back up to his feet, trying to catch Drago out, but Drago saw it coming and just pushes Pentagon back down. You can see here Pentagon struggling so much now. As Drago in the middle of the ring. I thought he was going to go for a Mexican surfboard, but instead just slamming those knees once again. And so the damage Drago's been doing to the legs and the knees, and said even if Pentagon does get through to the next round, he's not going to be in any fit state. But again, it all depends on the Killshot Sabu match. If that goes the same sort of length as this one. Neckbreaker by Drago, spinning heel kick in the gut. Big right hand, looking potentially for a German, but Pentagon fighting back. Pentagon taking Drago up on his shoulders, spins him round. Went for the sit-out powerbomb by the looks of it, but Drago reversed it into a Hurricanrana. And I feel like Drago's just got the edge of a Pentagon here at the moment. Slamming the face of Pentagon off the turnbuckle pad and just continuing to ram it into there. What a match between these two. I can't believe how good this has been, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it at all. There's that crucifix. 1, 2, this is going to be enough. And 3, and it is. Drago makes his way through to the second round. The semi-finals, Pentagon knocked out, but it was a really bloody good match. You can't take it away from either of them. They both really excelled here, but is Drago going to be in a fit state to take on the winner of Sabu versus Killshot? Or is it just going to be a step too far for him? He's taken a lot of damage so far in this match. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? There was that powerbomb earlier on. Stacked him up, it was only enough for the 2 count. But then Drago rolled it straight into the Boston Crab, which again was not quite enough. That was such a long time ago. But there you go, Drago is victorious. He takes on the winner of Sabu versus Killshot, which is coming up for you next. But wow, what a match that was between these two. It's a good 15, 16, 17 minute match. It was a real outstanding one, that one. One that could very much find its way onto our best match playlist. There we go. Let's get straight into our next match of the evening then. And here we go then, our second match of the evening. It is going to be Sabu versus Killshot. The winner takes on Drago. And in fairness, if this is a quick match, then the winner of this one's going to have an easy way through to the final by the looks of it, because Drago's taken so much damage, he could be slim pickings. Good old Sabu. He looks so good every year, doesn't he? He really looks fantastic every single year on this game. He's one of the first calls that some people make by the looks of it, which I'm so appreciative for, because he's a legend, isn't he, really? A lot of people talk about certain legends, but myself, my age, and all sorts of that sort of stuff, I was there for the Monday Night Wars. I was there for the peak. I was there for ECW at its prime, and I was gutted when ECW broke. Although I really didn't understand it at the time. I didn't understand the implications. So I wasn't gutted when ECW went, because I thought, that's amazing, because then all the wrestlers can go to WWF. Same with WCW, but over the years I've realised that the breakdown of those other two companies has really made WWF worse. It really has. I've got my analogy of it, and this probably won't mean a lot to the guys over in America, right? But if you're into football, or soccer, if you're American, there used to be, in Scotland, there was 2 big clubs. There was Celtic and there was Rangers. Rangers ended up going under because they... Oh my god, I just realised how bad Killshot's tattoos are. Wow, they're really bad, aren't they? I did not notice that before. Yeah, Rangers ended up going under because they did not have enough money. They spent too much money and they ended up going broke. So then there was a vote put out, and I believe the vote was quite unanimous to put Rangers down to Division 3. The problem is, when that happened, Scotland then became a one-team league. And ever since that happened, the one-team Celtic have won the league easily every single year, but they've been getting nowhere in Europe. They've been getting nowhere in continental football, and that's because they don't have to do well. They don't have to. This Killshot's awful. I can only see the mask when I download it. That's the problem this year. You can't get a proper look at people. You can't zoom in and zoom out and see how good they are. But yeah, essentially that's what it was. Celtic, because they lost their competition, they're winning the league easily now. They're winning the league year after year easily, but they're not improving as a team. because there's no competition. That's the same thing with WWE. Because there's no competition to WWE, they can do whatever they want, and they know people are going to keep on watching. If WWE had pushed Roman Reigns like the way they have been, and WCW was still going, I dare say a lot of people would have crossed over to WCW instead. But that wasn't the case, I suppose, was it? Wow, Killshot down already. Killshot looked like he was out there already. As Sabu continues. If Sabu can hammer Killshot here, I would think that Sabu would have a very good chance of winning this tournament outright. Split-legged moonsault straight into the pin. 1, 2. No way! How on earth have we just had those two matches one after the other? Pentagon versus Drago being the way it was, that really long match. And then straight into Sabu versus Killshot. And Sabu's just hammered Killshot. Well, Drago, my friend, you are in serious, serious trouble for the second round. Because Drago's going in with all the damage he's taken against a completely fresh Sabu, who's literally only had to hit 3 moves. Wow. What a difference those two matches were. I feel like at this rate, just judging by that match alone, Sabu could be a big shout here to win this entire tournament. I went for Phoenix, but now, after watching the first 2 matches, Sabu, for me, could be the one. Right, next match. And here we go then. Match number 3. Why is it changing place? I don't get that. Why is it? It's the same tournament. I don't understand why it'd be changing place all the time. But there you go. So Phoenix, who was my shout earlier on to win this entire tournament, takes on Psychosis. See, the back of the mask is still glitching through the neck. That's always nice. I still can't understand how there's so many basic things that are wrong with this, to be honest. I know they've tried to make things like that dynamic so they move, but at the same time, surely they should be... There we go. Surely they should be fixed so they can't go through people's skin. Don't know. Am I just asking for too much now? I don't know. And here then comes Psychosis rocking the Baron Corbin entrance. Looks pretty good, Psychosis. The face is always a problem with Psychosis. It always looks pretty good from a distance. It's when you get too close that's the worry. Because the way the mask works, you can't have that shaped mask. So the way someone's got around it is they've made the mask and then they put a mouth underneath it. So his mouth is actually part of the mask on this game. But it still looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Looks pretty cool. Like I say, it's great from a distance, but I don't think it's nowhere near as bad as Killshot. Killshot, I'll have to get a new one. I've literally written it down in between matches to get a new Killshot. Because that was pretty damn awful, wasn't it? So at the moment, we know we've got Drago and Sabu in the first semi-final. Who will get through to the second? We've got Phoenix versus, obviously, Psychosis. Then Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. Sabu made very, very, very quick work of Killshot. And that, for me, would worry me if I was one of the other people in this tournament. Not only because Sabu looks so good, but because he's so much fresher than everyone else at this point in time. I'll say everyone else. There's only one other person in the final, but you know. But the thing is, the difference in damage taken between Sabu and Drago means that Sabu could have a really easy match once again, which means he could go into the final almost completely fresh. Phoenix straight away now. There's the brainbuster on Psychosis. Strong start by Phoenix. Obviously, we're not going to get the Lucha Brothers final now because Pentagon being eliminated. Phoenix heading up to that middle rope. Early on, looking to be a bit of a high-risk maneuver. Yep, nice missile dropkick. Really just sending Psychosis quite some distance with that. But Psychosis fighting back with the right hand in the gut. Now there's the arm drag. Psychosis dragging Phoenix away from the ropes. Into the snapmare once again. Big elbows on the head. And Psychosis catching Phoenix out a bit here. Like I said, I fancy Phoenix to win this whole thing, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Psychosis could pull off a fantastic victory here. Very much spanning the eras, this one, isn't it? You got Psychosis, who was very much a 90s Lucha Libre wrestler. He still wrestles now, though. I believe he still wrestles now. Juventud definitely wrestles now, because he's been doing a few English shows recently. And I'm pretty sure Super Crazy is still wrestle. I think Psychosis does every now and again in AAA. I don't think he's a weekly competitor anymore, but there is a chance this match may have happened in the past. Psychosis now bringing Phoenix back up to his feet against the ropes. Back elbow, but no, Psychosis missed the back elbow, sorry. Phoenix got control, and there's the neck breaker by Phoenix. Pretty good Phoenix this year. I'm really happy with this one, actually. Apart from that tail on the back of the mask. Oh, Phoenix just slamming Psychosis head first into that top turnbuckle. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. And I love the fact on this year as well. I don't know if it's accurate or not, because I've not watched Lucha Underground in quite some time, but the fact that Phoenix's finisher maneuver is that Steiner screwdriver, I think that was insane. Phoenix now draping Psychosis across that top rope. Phoenix springboard ace crusher on Psychosis. And Phoenix now backing away, getting a bit of a... try and get the crowd behind him in the corner, trying to build up his momentum a little bit. Psychosis quickly getting up, but Phoenix catching him now. Phoenix taking Psychosis up. Is this going to be... it is. Steiner screwdriver. Wow. Early on in the match for a Steiner screwdriver. It could actually be enough as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, and Psychosis kicked out of a Steiner screwdriver. Well, I love that move so much, you know. It's just brutal, isn't it? Absolutely brutal. A boot in the face there by Phoenix. And now a drop kick right to the side of the face of Psychosis as well. Phoenix with Psychosis up on his shoulder. Psychosis fighting back, reverse DDT. Psychosis bringing Phoenix back up, and nice uppercut right in the gut, and now a big chop by Psychosis on Phoenix as well. Psychosis bringing Phoenix back up, and there's a Blue Thunder Bomb by Psychosis. Good back and forth match this one. I tell you what, if Phoenix got knocked out first round, that would be a bit of a surprise for me. I put him down as the favourite for this one. There's that sit out Death Valley driver, hook in the leg. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2 count. Another very good match here. Sabu, obviously the one man who's not being paid by the hour in SWE. Springboard splash on the middle rope there by Psychosis, who then slams the arm of Phoenix into the mat before bringing Phoenix back up to a standing base. And still you've got to worry here for these two guys, knowing that Sabu could be potentially in the final, and Sabu could potentially be very, very fresh compared to everyone else. They want this match to be as short as possible, really. Psychosis taking Phoenix up onto that top turnbuckle. Psychosis now looking for it. There's the superplex. Straight into the pin by Psychosis. It's going to be enough. 1, 2. It's only enough for a 2 count. Psychosis can't believe it. He's knackered out. Bless him. Heading up to the top. Does Psychosis have enough here to finish Phoenix off? Oh, Phoenix knew that Psychosis was going up and started to stir. And Psychosis once again going up top now. There's the big leg drop. Wow, hit that really hard. In for the pin. This could be Phoenix gone, you know. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Psychosis can't believe it. I can't believe it, to be honest. After that leg drop, I was convinced that Phoenix was eliminated. And Psychosis now, the crowd getting behind him after that leg drop. Phoenix fighting back. Psychosis taking him down with the arm drag. And now that big scoop slam. And now Psychosis once again stalking Phoenix. Up on the shoulders. I mean, that's a Michinoku driver, isn't it? What am I on about? Sit out slam. And Psychosis has won. Phoenix has been dominant so far in this universe mode. He's defeated Matanza Cueto twice. Nobody's ever done that, but no one's even defeated Matanza Cueto once before. He's defeated him twice. Yet Psychosis was still able to come out on top of Phoenix. Maybe that's because Phoenix has wrestled so much over the first week of SWE. Of course, he wrestled twice on Carnage last week. And then he's also wrestled once at Halloween Havoc only a few days ago as well. So maybe that's to do with it. Maybe it's to do with Phoenix and just being tired out, basically. But there we go. Psychosis is victorious. He's going through to the semi-finals to face off against the winner of Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn. Yeah, it's a bit of a shaky mask, isn't it? But you get the idea, then, what they've done. It makes sense. It's the only way you can do it on this game. To keep the mask the way it should be, to have the face as part of the mask. It's a weird way to do it, but it's the only way it works, isn't it? Right then, our last first round match, RVD versus Sabu. RVD versus Jerry Lynn. And here we go then. Rob, why has it changed? It just changes area every single time. It just makes no sense, does it? Especially if you've got damage retention on. It's like they get even more knackered out flying from place to place at this rate, aren't they? And here comes Rob Van Dam. I don't think we've used Rob Van Dam yet in this game. I don't think we have. Was he in last week's episode? I can't remember. Carnage. Hit one there. No, he wasn't, was he? No, we had a very much of a jobber episode, didn't we? Our first episode. Braun Strowman versus the Bushwhackers. Lesnar versus Bo Dallas. Matanza Cueto versus Phoenix. Bam Bam versus Vampiro. Bray Wyatt versus Eric Young for the Wired Championship. So I think this means now, once this championship is in place, it means that all of our championships are actually allocated then, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does, yeah. So we'd have some interesting matches coming up for you, actually. Especially the pay-per-view is going to be massive, because we do have 6 championships here on Carnage, then. We've got the Carnage Championship, Wired Championship, Hardcore Championship, Extreme Championship, Tag Team Championship, Women's Championship. That was a lot of championships, wasn't it? And, of course, we've got some big stuff going on as well. It'll be interesting to see when Carnage is on tomorrow as well. Remember last week that Brock Lesnar attacked Matanza Cueto during Matanza's entrance, leading to Matanza Cueto actually losing to Phoenix. That was the first time that Matanza Cueto has ever lost in SWE. He was unbeaten the whole way through Season 2. He did lose his Mayhem Championship, but he was not the man who was pinned nor submitted. It was a triple threat match, and the pinfall was between the other two guys. So yeah, that was Matanza Cueto's first loss. Matanza also then went on to lose in a cage match against Phoenix. However, I feel like a cage match was very much suited to Phoenix because it's a much more of a fast man's game, isn't it, really? Phoenix was able to get up that cage and get over the top before Matanza even had a chance to grab at him. But yeah, be interesting to see Matanza trying to get some sort of retribution against Lesnar. And also we'll continue to see how the in-game rivalry function works, because that is something we have done. Carnage is our tester, and if Carnage does work with the rivalries, we'll start to use them a bit more. Rob Van Dam now just twisting the arm of Jerry Lynn, really wrenching at it there. RVD Russian leg sweep on Jerry Lynn, dragging him middle of the ring once again. And of course the winner of this one will take on Psychosis in the second of our semi-finals tonight. We already know Sabu versus Drago is the first semi. And well, Drago's been lucky because he's the one who's had the most rest this evening, because he wrestled in the first match of the night, but I still think it's going to be difficult for him. And I am really glad they put RVD on the game this year, because it's so difficult with his attire and the way that sort of stuff, and to get a good RVD on the game. Then again, all he's going to do is walk into the turnbuckle, not do anything. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? RVD went for the clothesline. Jerry Lynn ducked it. Now Jerry Lynn looked at that backdrop and hits it. We've had some surprises so far this evening. I must admit, I would have put Pentagon down to beat Drago, and I would have put Phoenix down to beat Psychosis. So far, for me, I'm completely out of the loop. I've got no idea who's going to win this one. Although, I'm leaning towards, from what I've seen in the first round, I'm leaning strongly towards Sabu now. I know I shouldn't have bet on Phoenix, should I? Because every time I do something like this, I always end up losing. Always end up losing. I just realised the Bound for Glory is on, isn't it? Well, for you guys, it's the week before. I'm away at the moment. That's why I'm recording a lot of this stuff up front. So I just realised Bound for Glory is on tonight, actually, if I want to watch it. RVD now reverse DDT. Jerry Lynn slowly back up to his feet, and RVD looking to continue the assault. Taking it very slow though, RVD. I mean, we've seen this quite a few times with the split-legged moonsault. That's how Sabu got himself through. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. RVD up top. Was he looking for a 5-star? Yeah, the 5-star frog splash by Rob Van Dam on Jerry Lynn. That could be enough, you know. There's the pin. 1, 2... And no, Jerry Lynn kicked out. And I'm sure backstage Psychosis is hoping this match goes as long as possible. Try and knacker both these guys out. Give him the easiest match possible. Jerry Lynn avoiding that springboard leg drop by RVD. Lynn bringing RVD back up to his feet. Into that corner. Jerry Lynn now tornado DDT. And Jerry Lynn stalking Rob Van Dam. If Lynn takes RVD out of this as well, then that'd be even more surprising for me. There he is. Oh, a spiked pile drive by Jerry Lynn on Rob Van Dam. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no, RVD kicks out now as well. Holy crap. Holy crap. I think he hit that okay. I can't really tell if he hit that nice or not, to be honest. RVD back up on his feet now. Jerry Lynn slides up the back into a reverse DDT once again. Lynn bringing RVD back up to his feet and hooking the arms in for a butterfly backbreaker. Lynn sending Rob Van Dam into the corner, and Rob Van Dam's really struggling here. Lynn is in full control. Tornado DDT. RVD now with Jerry Lynn up, but Jerry Lynn managed to break free into a complete shot. Jerry Lynn's back up, taking RVD up, looking for a tombstone. Boom! Tombstone pile driver. 1, 2, and 3. And RVD's been knocked out first round as well. You know what? Apart from Sabu, I would have got this completely wrong. I think Sabu is the only one out of the 4 men that made it through to the semis that I would have expected to go through. I'm not. It's not what I expected. I'm not going to say it's a shock because they're very quality wrestlers. It's not a shock at all, but at the same time I'm just surprised because I really thought that Phoenix, Pentagon and RVD would be the ones to go for this, you know. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. And there we go then. Jerry Lynn goes on to face off against Psychosis. Drago versus Sabu. This is going to be interesting, this one, of course. I think this first match against Drago and Sabu could be very one-sided, but let's get into it and find out. Actually, let's have a look at the brackets first. Here we go then. Here are the brackets. As you can see, Drago, who defeated Pentagon, takes on Sabu, who defeated Killshot, and Psychosis, who defeated Phoenix, takes on Jerry Lynn, who defeated Rob Van Dam. It's a very interesting one, this, isn't it? And let's get straight into this first match. I feel like this could be very one-sided, but let's see how it goes. And here we go then, we've had another change of arena. Oh, have we? No, it was Denver, Colorado last time, wasn't it, I think it was. I can't remember now. And here we go then, Drago, who had a very, very tricky first round match against Phoenix. Probably the match of the night so far. Probably one of the best matches I've had so far in SWE. But he has taken a lot of damage. He even took a package pile driver in that first match. Remember, damage retention is on. So it is going to be tricky for these guys. Very tricky. And I feel like Sabu, who must be completely fresh, because literally his match lasted about 30 seconds compared to Phoenix, Phoenix and Drago's match, which lasted about 15 minutes. Not quite sure why whoever made this Drago made it with, instead of using the tail on the back of the mask, they've actually used a massive blue ponytail. Quite sure why that was the way to do it. And Sabu taking his time to make it down to the ring as well. They're probably not the best idea. Sabu needs to try and jump on Drago. Don't let him have any more time to recover. These fine margins could be the difference between you winning the Xtreme Championship and not. And Sabu's very much the reason why, because Sabu probably weight-wise is over what you would class as a cruiserweight. However, if you look at it in the style-wise, he suits the division, and that's why we've done the way we have done. And if you think about old-school TNA, Samoa Joe used to be the X Division champion in TNA, and he is not a small lad by any stretch of the imagination. He's not a cruiserweight. So it sort of gives you an indication of what we're looking at as well. I did ploy with the idea of maybe having Killian Dane in this tournament, but we decided against it in the end. Vampiro as well was another shout for it. However, I felt that Vampiro might not be... I don't know, Vampiro's not a bad shout for it, I don't think. He could work. He's not really a cruiserweight as such, though, is he? He's more of a... just a brawler, isn't he, really? And we are underway. And Drago, strong start here. Very strong start against Sabu. Forced him back into the corner, and then a right hand as well. And like I said, I feel like Sabu should have this one, to be honest. With what they've gone through in the opening match of the evening, Drago must be knackered out compared to Sabu. But you never know. If Drago can pull off this against Sabu, I would fancy Drago to win the whole thing, to be honest. Drago parking Sabu up against the ropes. Slides underneath into a Hurricanrana, taking Sabu down. Drago's starting things off fast. I think he needs to get Sabu out of the way as quickly as possible if Drago wants any chance of winning this one. Backbreaker though by Sabu. Attempted clothesline there, and oh, Sabu catching Drago with a DDT. And Sabu now just standing on the arm of Drago and stamping on the hand. Backbreaker as well by Sabu. And oh my god, look at this reverse dragon sleeper, and the damage may have been done in the opening match to make Drago have to tap out to this one. But no, it's not quite enough, and Sabu needs to continue the assault. Sabu springboard splash the back of Drago. And I feel like it might just be a matter of time for Drago now. Sabu much fresher. Oh, but Drago catched him with that right hand and a spinning neckbreaker as well. Drago bringing Sabu up, then a spiked DDT. Slamming Sabu face first into the mat. Drago, there's a 1916 as well. Drago surprising me here. Springboard Hurricanrana by Drago, taking Sabu down once again. Now Drago with the elbows in the chest of Sabu. I never should have said I thought Sabu was going to win this one, because now he's going to lose, isn't he? That's how it works. Sabu sending Drago over the top and then just spears him off the apron. And you know what? I think Sabu's making this match a lot more difficult. Sorry, Drago making this match a lot more difficult for Sabu than what he thought he would do. Sabu now just stamping on the knee of Drago on the outside, and of course if Sabu can get Drago counted out, then he'd be happy enough, wouldn't he? Drago sending Sabu into the ring. Sabu now sending Drago into the corner. If he can go for that split-legged moonsault, he might just have this one. And it looks like that's what he's setting up for. This is how he got past kill shot in the opening round. Sabu, split-legged moonsault, and there it is. But doesn't go for the pin. Why? I'm a bit shocked by that. Oh, a big kick in the face there by Sabu on Drago. I just can't understand why. I can't understand why that wasn't a pin there by Sabu after that split-legged moonsault, to be honest. Pin once again by Sabu. 1, 2, and no again, not enough. Just when you think Drago's had enough, he still manages to show his resilience. Sabu now heading up to the top. Drago slowly getting back up to his feet, but Sabu stalking. Sabu, nice jumping Hurricanrana from the top rope. Drago fighting free into reverse DDT. Drago stamping right in the chest of Sabu now. And Sabu now launching Drago over the top. It's looking pretty brutal, this match, actually. I was surprised. I thought this was going to be very quick and one-sided, but... Oh, Asahi moonsault by Sabu. Now neck break on the outside by Drago. There's such back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, this one. Drago now. So you think about bringing Sabu back in the ring? No, Drago dragging Sabu away. Putting him straight through the doctor. And I remember a double count out here doesn't help either of these two guys. It knocks them both out and makes the next semi-final for the championship. Sabu running back. Slides back in. Drago needs to get back in as one. He is there. No double count out at this point in time. Tell you what, Drago's got an opportunity here, you know. Nice Hurricanrana taking Sabu down. A boot in the back as well by Drago. Now rolling Sabu over into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Boom, boot in the face there by Sabu on Drago, and diving elbow, running elbow. Jawbreaker there by Sabu on Drago. Sabu now sending Drago into the corner. And looks like he might be going for that split-legged moonsault again. Even if Sabu gets through here, I think he's going to be disappointed with how much damage he's taken from Drago. There's a split leg. He's still not going to go for the pin. Why? That got you the win in the first round. Why are you not going for the pin after it? I don't think either of these two guys want to win this match, you know. I really don't. Neckbreaker there by Sabu. I don't remember anyone going for a pin at all in this bloody match. Drago now bringing Sabu back up to his feet. Sabu, big right hand catching Drago. A knee in the gut. Now Sabu, nice Faymaster. Two. And no, still not enough. Wow. Sabu heads up top once again. Maybe another leg drop. There it is. Big leg drop. Is that going to be enough? Sabu does go for the pin now, finally. 1, 2, and 3. And Sabu is going into the finals to face off against the winner of Psychosis and Jerry Lynn. Finally, Sabu made a meal of that, didn't he? It should have been very, very easy for him, but he really made a meal of that. Nice springboard leg drop there, and it was a... I just can't believe why he didn't go for the pin after either of these two split-legged moonsaults, to be honest. There's the Famehauser as well. Not enough, though. It ended up taking the big leg drop from the top to finally finish it off. That was the end of the leg drop, wasn't it? There we go. That was how the leg drop hit, and there we go then. Sabu is victorious. He is going on into our final. We still have to find out who he's going to be facing off against, and that is going to be up next for you. It's going to be Psychosis versus Jerry Lynn. That's going to be an interesting match, that one. And I'm still fancying Sabu now, you know. That dominant win against Killshot in the first round, defeating a very accomplished wrestler in Drago in the second round. And I feel like if the Psychosis Jerry Lynn match goes a good 5-6 minutes, then Sabu could definitely be one of the favourites. And here we go then. We've had another slight change of arena, as you do. We're in Hampton, Virginia? Is that VA? I don't know, you know. I don't honestly know. And of course we have Psychosis, who defeated Phoenix in the opening round. My favourite for the tournament, Phoenix. Taking on Jerry Lynn, who defeated Rob Van Dam, another one of the favourites. My memory's terrible, you know. Try to remember all these bloody people. I should be able to remember quite easily, shouldn't I? But I'm not very good at it. So this should be another interesting one. Both guys had pretty much the same length, even matches in the first round, I suppose. So I don't think anyone's going to be in a better condition than the other one. But of course, the winner of this match will face off against Sabu, and luckily for them, Sabu did have a bit more of a difficult time in the semis. So it could be interesting if someone gets a quick victory here. It might be a very even match against Sabu. If this match goes a long time and both guys take a lot of damage, then it could be a lot more difficult for them. But we saw in the last match, Sabu didn't want to really pin anyone, did he? He was very against pinning. Old Sabu. As we wait then the entrance of Jerry Lynn. Just looking at tomorrow's card. We've got an interesting card for you tomorrow. Because of course it is Carnage tomorrow. And then here comes Jerry Lynn. The Linsky. Good round. First round defeating Rob Van Dam, one of the favourites. And now it's his chance to get himself into that final to face off against Sabu, and that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Sabu versus Jerry Lynn in the final would be a very interesting final. Two guys who know each other very, very well from ECW. As well as other places as well. Because wasn't it supposed to be... I can't remember what it was now. I remember they did that TNA one night only pay-per-view. And it was Jerry Lynn and... It was Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn, and then Jerry Lynn pulled out and it was Sabu, or it was the other way around. It was Rob Van Dam versus Sabu, and Sabu pulled out and it was Jerry Lynn in the end. I can't remember which way around it was in the end, but yeah, that whole Jerry Lynn, Sabu, Rob Van Dam collection of three is very much the same as the Drago versus Drago, Phoenix, and Pentagon of this era, I suppose, isn't it? Three guys that know each other very, very well and are very evenly matched as well. Jerry Lynn now then Russian leg sweep here on Psychosis. Sabu's watching this one backstage with bated breath and knowing that the winner of this match is not going to get much of a chance to recuperate either. Jerry Lynn, nice DDT. Forcing the face of Psychosis right into the mat. Lynn bringing Psychosis back up to his feet now. Springs off the ropes and Psychosis fighting back with a big right hand. And a knee in the gut as well. Psychosis sending Lynn off the ropes into a back elbow. Slamming the arm of Jerry Lynn into the mat. And now Psychosis bringing him back up with a kick right in the spine as well. Jerry Lynn now sending Psychosis face first into the mat and a boot in the gut as well. Lynn now bringing Psychosis back up to a kneeling base. And a DDT. Lynn now heading to the outside. Nice Quesadora taking Psychosis down. And Lynn looks to be in firm control at this point in time. Oh, Psychosis does slide out the back though into a neck breaker. That is very much what the commentator's curse is all about, I suppose, isn't it? Big forearms now by Psychosis on Jerry Lynn. Psychosis looking to take Lynn up, but no, Lynn fighting back. There's the right hand. Lynn sending Psychosis to the outside and then just spearing him off the apron. Crashing to the ground below now. Jerry Lynn stalking Psychosis. As Psychosis slowly getting back up to his feet. Jerry Lynn, Asai moonsault catching Psychosis, taking him down. Taking him down the hard way. Jerry Lynn sending Psychosis back into the ring now, following him in himself. Lynn bringing Psychosis back up to his feet. Into the far corner he goes. Jerry Lynn tornado DDT on Psychosis. And Lynn now stalking Psychosis as well. Doesn't even have to finish him off here. Up on the shoulders. In for the Michinoku driver. Hook in the legs. No, it's a rope break. Poor ring positioning there and... The hell? Can anybody tell me why the Carnage champion Braun Strowman is here? Because I would love to know. I would love to know why Braun Strowman is here. I really, really would. What the hell is going on? It's enough to distract it. Oh, what? Just what? What? How? When? Why? How? What? Oh, this game. Why Braun Strowman out of everyone? At least it's somebody on the Carnage brand, I suppose, but I don't understand why. Tell me why Braun Strowman's here. Nice sit-out slam there. Again by Psychosis. The Michinoku driver should say. Hook in the leg and almost getting the free count. So looks like Braun Strowman's been distracting Jerry Lynn here by the looks of it. No idea why. Lynn now taking Psychosis up. There's the powerbomb that rolls through. One. Only a one count. Wow. Psychosis is surviving pretty well here. Nice jumping senton by Jerry Lynn. But why is Braun Strowman even here? I don't understand. The referee threw the chair at the ring and Braun Strowman shot himself. Jerry Lynn now taking Psychosis up on his shoulder, spinning neckbreaker. That could be all, you know. But he didn't go for the pin, he should have done. Psychosis' arms were out, signaling he was out. Psychosis now looking for that belly to belly, but Lynn fighting back with the arm drag takedown. Let's just completely ignore the Braun Strowman factor, shall we? As Jerry Lynn taking Psychosis up, tombstone pile driver. That's how he defeated Rob Van Dam. In for the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and Jerry Lynn does win, and it's going to be the Jerry Lynn Sabu final. Nice. So we have the first ever Xtreme champion here on SWE Carnage. No idea about the Braun Strowman factor. We'll have to just ignore that for now, I suppose. Don't get me wrong, I have got a way we could work this, but we'll have to ignore it for now. was a strong, dominant victory, though, by Jerry Lynn in the end. That tombstone pile driver. And Lynn is victorious. Braun Strowman not happy at all. Quite sure what Braun Strowman's got against Jerry Lynn, but normally I try and work these into storylines, but I've got no idea how to work in a storyline why Braun Strowman would be supporting Psychosis in a match against Jerry Lynn. I'm really struggling, so I think we're just going to have to put a mark under this one, a little asterisk, and just pretend like it never happened. I think that might be the best way, unless one of you guys out there can figure out a way how we can make this work. I don't know. I really don't know. If he was against all the cruiserweights, that'd be fine. We could work that. But specifically against one makes little sense to me. I don't know. Anyway, final time. Let's go straight into it. And here we go then, a bit final time. We've allowed Jerry Lynn to go backstage, have a quick drink, have a quick freshen up before this one. Because we also had to travel really, really fast to Tampa, Florida. Stupid, isn't it? Stupid. And then Sabu, then who's defeated Killshot and Drago to make his way here to the final. Taking out two of Lucha Underground's finest. Well, not finest cause, of course, because they were both a little bit ropey, weren't they? But there you go. And I feel like this one, I don't know, it's such a close one now, in my opinion. I really thought that this match was going to be... I thought tonight's show was going to be dominated by Phoenix. Then when Phoenix got knocked out, I thought Rob Van Dam. Then, obviously, with Sabu's dominant performance, I thought Sabu would have it. But then, it's just everything's gone completely crazy, hasn't it? I feel like I would rather Sabu win because he's a much better core. That's my only thought at the moment. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of at the moment is what I would rather happen, but it is what it is. We'll cross the bridge when we come to it. I'll be happy no matter what. Either way, we're crowning our first champion. And, of course, somebody who's going to have to be defending that belt very, very soon at our first pay-per-view. We're going to have some interesting... If it's either way, we're going to have some really interesting matches. I feel like whoever wins this match should... Well, I said should defend it against Rob Van Dam, but Rob Van Dam got beat in the first round by Jerry Lynn. So does Rob Van Dam really deserve it? But still, Jerry Lynn versus RVD for the championship, or Sabu versus RVD for the championship, just sort of... I'm going to say written in stone, but it'd be bloody good, wouldn't it? I got kids, I need a job. Rocking the Heath Slater Titantron, eh? This is what it's all about then. All night it's been leading towards this match. It's been a pretty long show so far. I don't know about you guys, but I'm up to 100. I'm up to 1 hour and 25 minutes so far. It's been a long old show. I think that first match between Drago and Pentagon really pushed it for me. Really... started the show off strong, but it also took a very long time. But of course, remember, damage retention is on, but I should imagine both these guys have probably obtained roughly the same amount of damage so far, so it should be a pretty even match, but it might just take one big move from either to finish it off and then win this, the Xtreme Championship here. Xtreme Champion. The referee holds the belt up high like he's won it. It's Virgil. Does look like Virgil, doesn't it? And it's Sabu versus Jerry Lynn. The referee rings the bell and we are underway. Sabu around the back of Jerry Lynn now. Jerry Lynn reversing it, get around the back. A bit of good chain wrestling here between the two of them to start things off. Jerry Lynn with a headlock. Sabu fighting free now, getting to a headlock on Jerry Lynn as well. Sabu rolling Lynn through. Very great chain wrestling to start things off, actually. Jerry Lynn now, just slamming Sabu down. And Jerry Lynn's come out on the top of that chain wrestling. Lynn now, butterfly powerbomb. Big maneuver early on. And I still think Sabu might be a little bit better off because Lynn had two pretty even matches which he came out on top of, whereas Sabu's had one pretty even match he came out on top of and one absolute jobber match in the first round. So Sabu might still be in slightly better condition. There's the backbreaker by Sabu. Now bringing Lin back up to a kneeling base. Sabu now can't decide what to do with him, so he's just going to stand there aimlessly for a couple of seconds. Big elbows by Jerry Lin. Now taking Sabu up into a Northern Light suplex. Jerry Lin up on the top rope, stalking Sabu, who's slowly getting back up to his feet. And getting caught with that big Hurricanrana. Jerry Lin now dragging Sabu across. Looked like he was going to try and put him in the corner, but Sabu fighting back now with the big elbows in the chest. Sabu sending Jerry Lin against the ropes. Back he comes into what? No, went for the Hurricanrana, but Jerry Lin reversed it into a powerbomb. Lin now bringing Sabu back up. Only to take him back down with that DDT. Jerry Lin now heading up top. What does Jerry Lin have planned? A big moonsault, but Sabu rolling away. Sabu playing possum. Jerry Lin hitting the ground hard. Nice shoulder block there by Sabu. Now just choking Jerry Lin. Nice arm drag takedown by Lin, catching Sabu with a couple of rogue overheads. And then a DDT once again. Still only a 1 count though. As Jerry Lin just taking a second here to slow things down. Lin trying to bring Sabu up, but Sabu playing possum, catching Lin with a jawbreaker now into a Hurricanrana, taking Lin down. Into the pin he goes. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. Lin now sending Sabu into the ring. Into the turnbuckle, should I say. They're already in the ring, obviously. Big DDT there by Jerry Lin on Sabu. Does Lin have enough to finish this off and become the first Xtreme champion here on SWE Carnage? Lin bringing Sabu back up to his feet now. And looking for that armbar, but Sabu's right underneath the ropes, but can't quite get there at the moment by the looks of it. And the damage has been done all night. If enough damage has been done to the arm and the shoulder of Sabu, he might tap out, but nope. Not quite enough, and a little bit of a weird glitchy situation there where Sabu was hovering in midair. You know, as you do. Lin then once again just slowing things up. Just trying to regain a little bit of energy while trying to drain more energy out of his opponent, Sabu. Lin brings Sabu back up to his feet, but Sabu taking him down. Lin now taking Sabu down once again and looking to roll him over into that half-leg Boston Crab. Half-leg? Single-leg Boston Crab, not half-leg. But again, Sabu able to break free. Sabu now draping Jerry Lin against that rope, brings him back in. Slides underneath, but gets caught with a super kick by Jerry Lin. Wow. Sabu's back up. He's taken much more damage than that in the past. He's not going to give up. Snap suplex by Sabu and Jerry Lin. Then once again bring him back up to his feet. Such a good back and forth this one. Who's eventually going to walk out with the championship? Sabu taking Jerry Lin up to the top rope. Now looking for that super backdrop. 1, 2. It's still only a 2 count. Both these guys not willing to give up. But eventually you think the one big move should finish this off, shouldn't it really? And who's going to have that big move? Can Sabu hit that split-legged moonsault? He's setting up for it. But is he going to go for the pin this time? He didn't go for the pin at all off the split-legged moonsault in the semis. Nope. Springboard leg drop. Now drop into the pin, Sabu. He's technically pinned him anyway. He had his hand on his chest. Now he drops into the pin. There we go. 1, 2, and still Jerry Lynn kicks out. Holy bat balls. Yep, that was a missed line salt. As you do. Ace Crusher missed by Jerry Lynn. Forearm on Sabu. Into a DDT. And Jerry Lynn just choking Sabu out. Lynn now bringing Sabu up to a seated base. I can't believe this show's gone as long as it has, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a bit shorter than this, especially with the damage retention. I thought this whole show would be done in under an hour. And we are now, well, I'm up to an hour and 35. Obviously, I'll cut out the loading screens and so forth for you guys, but... Sabu looking to go Lucha Libre styly into a DDT. Into the pin once again by Sabu. Is it going to be enough? 1, 2... No, only 1 count. Wow. Bloody hell. Crowd in the front row love that, the fact that Lynn kicked out at 1. Lynn now, this is how he won the last 2 matches. He's got Sabu up, tombstone pile driver. Sabu's been busted open. Jerry Lynn goes in for the pin. Referee slow down, but 1, 2, and 3. And Jerry Lynn is your first ever SWE Carnage Xtreme Champion. Wow, Jerry Lynn, tombstones are the way to go here this evening. He won all 3 matches this evening with tombstones. But the resilience of Jerry Lynn just shocked me. I was convinced after the first match that Sabu was going to win this. That easy match he had, knowing how the damage retention normally works, I thought it was going to be obvious for me that that was going to happen, but it just was not enough in the end. I thought Sabu was just going to be so fresh that he was just going to walk over absolutely everybody. But the tombstone pile driver was enough, and Jerry Lynn is our first SWE Xtreme Champion. It's not a bad core of Jerry Lynn, it's pretty decent. It probably could do with a little bit of work, but see if we can find a better one, especially now as a champion. He's going to be a lot more used, isn't he? But there we go. Your winner and first ever Xtreme Carnage SWE Champion. That was completely backwards, wasn't it? SWE Carnage Xtreme Champion. It's about no limits, not weight limits. Is Jerry Lynn. And there we go. That is the final brackets, as you can see. Jerry Lynn defeated Rob Van Dam, Psychosis, and Sabu to get that championship. So you can't say he hasn't defeated the best. Psychosis, the man, was defeated Phoenix. My favourite for this one. I can't believe Phoenix got knocked out in the first round. Wow. And of course, ranking points were up for grabs here this evening. Now, this is a special, which means it is worth double points, which means that everyone who won in the first round gets 10. Everyone wins in the second round gets 10. Everyone who wins in the third round or the final, of course, gets 10 as well. But the people that lost, everyone who lost in the first round is going to get -10 coming out of this tournament, which is not going to help them out at all. Someone like Phoenix, who's gained a lot of points so far this week, is going to be disappointed by losing 10 of them by being knocked out in the first round by Psychosis. So it's basically Psychosis and Drago end up gaining 10 and losing 10, so they're very much going to leave here as they were. Sabu's gained 20 and lost 10, so he's going to be up by 10. And of course, Pentagon, Killshot, Phoenix, and RVD are all going to be -10, so they're not going to be happy with that at all. But Jerry Lynn is victorious and walking away here Xtreme Champion. There we go, guys. That is the end of this show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of Carnage. We're sticking with Carnage again. Bye.